Hey y'all, welcome back to the studio. So tonight we are going to do another review. This one of the Prima watercolor set. This one is called Odyssey. In the past, you have seen me do tropicals, which I have here, and classics, also by Prima Marketing. They make the nice set of watercolor paints in this nice travel tin. Very bright, very vibrant paints. So I've got a set of Odyssey paints here. I'm going to check them out. I want you to see it along with me. Let's just dive in and see what we have here. I should say it's a metal tin, metal travel tin, just like all of the other ones. Really nice. 12 colors. And comes with its own color sheet here telling you what the colors are. We've got several colors. Tokyo, Rome, Amsterdam, Maui, Jordan, Cusco, Dubai, Jamaica, London, Inca, Budapest, and Calgary. That's great. I don't know what they are, exactly what these colors are. I do have a couple of color charts here above me. We're going to see how they look in comparison to some other ones. So this is my set of, here it is, M. Graham paints that you see me use all the time. Got that there, and this one is for my Winsor & Newton set that again I use all the time. We're going to see how these colors compare to a couple of those, if we can find a match. And so let's go to it. Let's get these out of here. Oop, just unclip the side here, and we're going to pull them out one by one and put them back in, put them back there, and we'll get the water out and start having some fun with the card. Okay, there they all are. That didn't take very long at all, and I noticed that on the back of these little tabs there is a number. This one, whoa, this one is Cusco. It's number 78. I don't know if you can see it there in the light. Those numbers match numbers that are on our card. I don't know if that has any significance outside of Prima Marketing. I'm going to have to look into that. I don't know. So here they are. They look great. I should say, if you don't have one of these, or if you haven't used one of these before, and you do this, and like this one moves all around, you can pop that out and just push the back tab in just a little bit and pop it right back into place. There you go. It'll stick like nothing. So these are great little kits to have around. I love these. They're so convenient. You can put them in your back pocket if you wanted to. I've got a little travel sack I keep my paints in, a little tin like this. Sometimes it's the Tropicals one. Right now in it is the Classics one, and a different set, coincidentally. But so there's that. Let's back this out. Let's put some water on here and see what these look like. I'm gonna just grab a paintbrush. Let's see which one I want to get. This will be fine. I just have some here on the table. Let's put that on there. And I'm not trying to get this in any specific way. I'm not trying to have a bleed or draw down or anything like that. I just want to see what the basic colors are here. I left them in the order that they came in the packaging so that I know exactly where they're going to go on here, and I don't mix anything up. Amsterdam, oh, I thought that was blue. Amsterdam's a nice purple. Look at that. What I'm really looking forward to is I'm hoping that there's going to be some wonderful colors in here, and I shouldn't say this. I'm going to pick and choose my favorites and put them all in one set. And I think if we slid all of these over to one side, you could actually get 14 in here instead of 12. Haven't tried that yet, but I would be willing to bet that we could do that. Now these wet really easily. All of the Prima paints wet really easily. I don't think they're using any natural pigment. I think it's all synthetic pigment, which is fine with me. But you just touch a bit of water to them and boom, you've got paint coming off. I mean, just like that. And some of them can get pretty thick, pretty intense. I could probably darken that up if I went right back over it. Let's see, what's my next one? London here, okay. There we go, there's a nice blue. London, Inca, whoops, now, see, I've kind of gotten some of my Budapest in my Inca. Let me clean that off and start over again, here we go. Now I'll get my Budapest. And Calgary white. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to pause the tape. I'm going to let these dry. I'm going to do a little comparison to these colors now that they're on paper to a known set that I have, and then we'll do a further comparison. So I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Welcome back. So this little test sheet has dried now. Let me zoom in on it. And we've got some interesting colors on here. I pulled out my color sheets from my other two kits to try to compare some of what we've got, and I'm not sure we're going to get everything right. So I looked in Tokyo. Looks to me to be very close to Quinacridone Rose, which is pretty much what I would expect. The quinacridone being not an organic compound, and I don't believe the colors in this set are all organic colors. So we've got that. Rome, to me, now I have to shift from my M. Graham set to my Winsor Newton set, but Rome looks a lot like permanent Alizarin Crimson to me, so we're going to try those together. Amsterdam looks a lot like a Windsor Violet to me. I've got a purple on this set, but it's cobalt violet. It's far too light for the intensity of that one. Now Maui is the first really different, interesting one on here. I don't have anything that's that orange. I've got a Windsor orange, but it's much more of a yellow orange on here. And the closest thing I have on here is Gamboge, and that's not even close. So we'll have to take a look at that in a second. And then the one right next to it, Jordan, looks to me like it's burnt umber and something else. It's kind of close to the maroon perylene, but it's got something else in it. And on this set, I've got nothing that's even close to that. The Cusco looks much more like burnt umber to me. Okay. And Dubai is something close to that. Dubai's over here. Right here. It's something close to that. I'm not sure what it would be. Jamaica is kind of like a phthalo green if we look here. And London, our blue one there, looks to me like a Windsor blue. We're going to try a couple of different ones on there. Inca, the closest thing I can think is this Windsor orange, but it's not. Again, that's one of those. It's an interesting color. I'd like to. I'm going to have to go onto Prima's website and see if they've got a listing of what the actual pigments are, or the pigment colors in all of these are. And Budapest looks to me to be Windsor Violet with maybe some Payne's Gray in it or something in it to make it darker than our Amsterdam. And Calgary is white. I don't actually have a white. I don't typically use a white in my sets. But anyways, so I'm kind of curious to see how these look side by side. So let's do a little comparison here. Let me grab a Tokyo. I'm going to set this up here. Let's see. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Okay, so let me set this up here so you can see that. I'm going to grab Tokyo over here. And if I got some paper, I'm going to get a nice bit of Tokyo here. I'm going to put it down on half and just let this come right on down and see how it flows down here. I won't be surprised if it flows down really pretty smoothly. The other Prima watercolors do the same thing. And then I'm going to grab, what did I say that was? Quinacridone Rose, which is here, and I'm going to see how close we can get to that. Let's see. Quinacridone Rose, I can tell you, I chose the wrong one. That's what I can tell you. I chose Quinacridone Red. Here we go, Quinacridone Rose. I'll put it over here. And let's let that come down a little bit. And it looks to be fairly close. There we go. We'll see how that looks in just a second when it dries up. And our Rome is our next one here. And I was surprised when this came out as red as it did. When I look at the pan here, it totally looks like a dark brown, like a brownie. But when you put it on the page, it's this nice, beautiful, nice red color here. I think I'm definitely going to end up stealing this for one of my kits. There we go. There we go. And I said that one looks to me like permanent Alizarin Crimson, which is in this set. Oops. Let's see, it should be this one. I've got a little bit of color on the top of that. Let me get that off. There we go. Let's see how close we've gotten to this. That's our permanent Alizarin Crimson. There we go, our Amsterdam. You can see on this set, I just barely have to give any water to it, and it comes right off of there. There we go. That's a nice purple. So I should say before I go too far, I don't know how the color fastness of this set is in comparison to the color fastness of anything else. I'm just seeing everything for the first time right now. Let's see. Here's my Winsor purple right there. Yep. There we go. And I'll also say that the Tropicals set that I had here, this old one, I really rather like this set. The classic set that I have, I noticed that when I do some layering, that second and third layer, everything really looks pretty chalky. So I don't know, I haven't done a full test on this set, obviously. I don't know if it's going to be the case with this or not. Let's keep moving now and see what our Maui looks like. Here we go. Pull that right on down. I was recently in Maui. I don't know if this reminds me of Maui, but it's a very nice color nonetheless. And Jordan, let's see what we got here. Yeah, something's like it's burnt umber with just a hint of purple in there or something. This Jordan, it's got something going on there. And Cusco, let's grab that one. There we go. And this one looks pretty opaque compared to some of these other ones. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing there. Maybe I should zoom in just a little bit more. Maybe it's more important for you to see the colors than what I'm mixing. There we go. And I'm going to put that up against Burnt Umber, which is here in my Winsor Newton set. Let's see how close. Not quite as bright. A little duller. on that set. I wonder if it would be any better from my M. Graham set, and I can tell you it won't be. So it's definitely not burnt umber as far as M. Graham is concerned. Burnt sienna, maybe burnt sienna. Maybe I didn't look at that quite right. Burnt sienna. Let's get some burnt sienna out here. Take a look at that. Where can I put burnt sienna? I'm going to try to put some. Oh, there we go. We found it. Burnt sienna. That's what it is. Cusco is burnt sienna. Alright, let's try and see what we can do with Dubai here. Wow, that's a bright. See, now that looks, that's definitely got some red in that. I don't think I've got anything that would be like that. I think the closest would be my maroon. Yeah, my maroon, but it's way too dark. Look at that. It's not even, there's a lot brighter red in that Dubai. So that's not even going to be a good comparison. All right, our Jamaica. Here we go, Jamaica. Jamaican me crazy. Let's see how that comes down. That looks pretty good. I like that color. That's a bright green. So I said that's kind of like my phthalo green here on my M. Graham set. Just see how close I am. Oh, they're almost like brothers here. Maybe cousins. I don't know. There you go. Jamaica's a bit darker. I hope you can see that. Whoa, I need to move everything up. Just looked at my screen. Looks like I'm getting down at the bottom a little bit. Okay. There we go. That's pretty close, though. In London. Where's London? Here we go. Come on, London. Ooh, there we go. London, London, London. So that's going to be, what did I say that was going to be like? My Windsor Blue, which is third one from the end. Let's see how close we get with Windsor Blue. Yeah, that's another one. It's pretty close. There we go. And Inca. Inca's one I don't have anything like. Nothing at all. Let's see. See how it looks when it actually gets on the page here. Wow, those are bright colors. Those are really bright colors. I'm going to try that up against my Windsor Orange. It's going to be too orangey. Won't be the same. That's a little closer than I thought. There you go. You can see those side by side. Budapest. Here we go. This, so we can see it's not like my maroon over here, and it's not like my purple. I don't have a color that's I don't have a color that's anything like that. That's, yeah, purple and Dubai or something. I don't know. That's nice. It's a good color though. And Calgary. I'll do Calgary. I don't have a white to do a comparison with. I will make a confession. I used white paint for the first time in a long time the other day to put on a couple of highlights. But that's it. Okay, there you go. That's my initial go around with my Prima Marketing Watercolors Odyssey set. I hope you enjoyed seeing what the colors look like. I'm going to be using this in a painting very soon. I hope you stick around for that. I'll let you know what that's going to be. And thanks for stopping by. I hope you had fun seeing the colors come to life. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.